In Arizona's so-called audit of votes in Maricopa County, the state legislator behind it held a hearing which was so full of factual misstatements that the county kept a running Twitter thread debunking it. More from CNN's Kyung La, who joins us now from Phoenix. So the Arizona Senate President, Karen Fann, who you've interviewed, held this hearing on the so-called audit and then spoke to reporters. What happened?
Well, you know, Anderson, from our very brief history together, Arizona Senate President Karen Fann isn't really somebody who likes to talk to the press, but she actually did today. And it came after this extremely bizarre Senate hearing that really just read like greatest hits of election conspiracies. And she doubled down on something she had told us previously, that she believes this audit, this machine count that you're seeing behind me, this is going weeks long now, that it is the starting point for a national movement. Here's what she said.
This is the start of a whole new industry, probably, much less a process in the future, where voters are going to start asking questions. That's it. If you cannot be respectful and do it one at a time, then I'll call it.
Now, that was her getting up and leaving when reporters like me, we just started asking her questions, presenting her with facts, and she took off. Now, Republicans who are looking to 2022 are watching all of this with concern. Arizona is turning into a politically purple state, and they are concerned.
Strong values and strong opinions. The Mike Broomhead Show.
There's not one bit of proof of any of this.
He is the go-to for conservative talk on Arizona radio. But on the so-called audit,
well, I understand that I'm an outlier with my own people when I question what people are going to think about this audit.
Mike Broomhead, lifelong Republican. Trump.
Yeah.
You voted for him.
Twice I voted for him.
But Trump lost, and Broomhead thinks the so-called audit is a waste of time. Instead, he thinks the focus should be on winning Republican seats in 2022.
If they win enough seats in the House, they take over the majority in the House.
But some of his listeners, his base, now call him everything from a turncoat to a rhino to a liberal.
When you throw people out that disagree with you, it's hard to get them back when you need them to vote, and that scares me.
Politically, what is at stake here for Republicans?
Everything politically is at stake. We could take a completely different direction in 2022, and I think that should be our focus.
But instead, most of the Republican base is stuck in an election time warp. For months, the focus has been on this controversial review of Maricopa County's November 2020 ballots, despite two previous audits showing no widespread voter fraud. This partisan exercise is now in this hot and humid warehouse, counting ballots again. Arizona Republicans like Raymond Molina want the audit regardless of cost. Who do you think, in your viewpoint, won the 2020 election?
Oh, Trump. Yeah, he got the votes.
Would you vote for a Republican who did not support the audit?
No, the Republican Party has a lot of bad apples.
Not all Republicans in the state agree. Tabitha Sloan says she's fed up with her party's focus on the audit.
Grow up, face the facts, and move on and figure out how to come up with a candidate that can win in the process.
Arizona's Republican Party is seeing this divide play out in the turbulent months after Donald Trump's loss. Arizona voter registration data shows since January, the month of the U.S. Capitol insurrection, more than 17,000 registered Republicans left their party. Compare that to Democrats, who lost just 2,400 voters. Independents surged, gaining more than 52,000 registered voters. While the numbers don't reflect why they're shifting, state Republicans worry about the big lie that Trump continues to repeat.
The entire system was rigged against the American people and rigged against a fair, decent, and honest election.
How do you then get Republicans to vote in that very same system?
It's a major challenge. The truth is if you don't believe the system is honest and works, you're not going to vote.
Kirk Adams is former chief of staff to Arizona's Republican governor.
On paper, 2022 should be a good year for Republicans, historically. But there are challenges like this that we don't know how they'll play out.